Hello right bags, it's Jade, welcome to another grounded video today, another leaks one. Now, kind of, because we know that there are certain creatures coming to the game. They've been on the actual upcoming features page for such a long time, so we know that eventually we're going to get some sort of ant pheromones and stuff. Now recently, we've been taking a look at stuff to do with the Mantis. We got the Mantis armor leaked over the last few days, and we know that there's going to be some sort of Mantis boss. So I think in my excitement, I assumed that maybe this image here was actually a brown mantis because it clearly says mantis head. I didn't actually look at the picture hard enough. So when you actually look at it, it looks like a brown ant. Are they really going to be adding brown ants alongside red ants and black ants to Grounded? No, they're not. Instead, that picture is an ant queen. If you take a deep look into the game files, which I use some modding equipment to do, you will find some references in the game files to obviously mantises, and there is also a reference to ant queen armor and ant queen items, and this is likely to be what they're talking about. So maybe they've got the placeholders wrong there, or for whatever reason they've just decided to use the mantis boss to maybe hide it a little bit in the future. So yeah, don't expect this to come anytime soon, but it does look likely the ant queen is going to be reality. It's been there for so long on the actual upcoming features, and we're finally going to get it. So how do I know this isn't just a regular ant? Well, like I said, it'd be a bit weird to add another set of ants into the game. I mean, maybe that's what they've got designs on, but I would say I've never seen that many types of ants in one backyard or garden. In theory, the termites are meant to be like the tier 3 version of an ant, or tier 3 regular creature that you'll come across. They've got very much similar models, obviously the similar designs in terms of workers and soldiers, so yeah, it kind of makes sense. Now I got alerted to the actual ant queen armor sets, which I'm about to show you, from Luke Took. He is a Brazilian content curator, so if you understand Portuguese or Brazilian, then you can go and check out his channel. I will leave the links in the comment section. He DM'd me on Discord a few days ago, and we were speaking about some of the leaks and stuff that we'd found inside the U model, but he was the one that found the ant queen armor first, so do make sure you go and give him a sub. He gave me permission to use some of the pictures he managed to get before they properly took or removed a lot of this out of the actual game files. As you can see, I popped in and got some of the pictures myself, and yeah, this is the ant queen armor. So there is a chance they might introduce another third set of ants, but I don't think so. There's no sort of colour variation saying it's a brown queen ant or anything like that. It is clearly a full suit as well. It looks very different from some of the other stuff. It's very regal. Obviously, this may not actually be the final look of it. It may actually take some time, and they may decide to move it or change it or do something completely different with the design. So do take this with a big pinch of salt. Now this is the hat. It reminds me like a Russian Cossack hat, if I've got that right, if I believe my terminology is okay there. I love the fact that it's got a big jewel in the middle of it as well. And then you can see the leg pieces here as well, looking okay. So yeah, very good stuff. Who knows when we're going to get this in? Not this update for sure. I can't imagine they're putting this in unless they're going to just literally chuck it in. It's got to go somewhere where they're going to have another ant colony. Maybe it will be somewhere near the black ant colony. Maybe they'll do another red ant colony somewhere. I do feel like they probably need another home, maybe above the second sort of flower bed above the pond now, where that empty area is. Or it might be the flower bed literally by the upturned barbecue, which seems a bit empty, or the one just before you get to the deck. But here it is in all its glory on a model of Max. You can see what it looks like without maybe some of the jewels shining as much. So along with the Mantis armor that got leaked showing it's going to be a Blossom Mantis boss, I think I could probably end my speculation that we're going to get two versions of a Mantis. Like I said, I maybe got a bit overexcited. I didn't really actually look at the image. So we're probably only going to get the Blossom Mantis. But I'm saying it right now, I don't think we're going to get brown ants. I think this ant queen is going to be just part and parcel of a black ant colony or the red ant colony. Kind of makes sense to be the red ant colony. The other thing me and Lucas were talking about was the possibilities of another creature, maybe giving us a brand new spear and shield. But wait, there is more. It looks like there's going to be a new food group, a new food item, and that's going to be something to do with Mantis. It is a Mantis Kebab. You can see we've got an aphid on the top and in the middle, and I'm guessing that's going to be the mantis meat inside, although part of it does look like maybe the tadpole meat. So good stuff. This is obviously going to go in line with all that, and then it adds to the broodmother BLT, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's actually something we've got to summon the Mantis boss with, just like we have to do it with the Broodmother and make the Broodmother BLT. Maybe it's going to be the same thing, and I kind of like that idea. I like the idea of carrying on the sort of tradition of summoning bosses with certain food items that you have to craft and make. So in my humble opinion, no 2 types of Mantis, no maybe brown ants being added. Instead, this is just the Ant Queen stuff that we've been seeing leaked or shown off, and we know it's coming. It's one thing they've put on the features board for ages. The other thing me and Lucas were talking about was that we both found some sort of reference to limericks in the game file. And actually the Ant Queen has got a different name. It's like a code name, Antrim or something. So it is a bit odd. Like maybe they're using Irish city names as code words for stuff. But yeah, the limerick might be a moth. So it's not I don't think there is a moth called a limerick, but they're just using it as a code name. But it does look like that might be the shield and spear that we're going to get in the future. So could there be moths added to the game? It kind of makes sense, kind of a bit of a reality that, you know, if you've got all the other bugs, why haven't you got some sort of moths or butterflies? Now butterflies might actually be too big. I guess you can get really tiny butterflies, and sometimes moths can be as big as butterflies, but correct me if I'm wrong, and I know you guys are bug insects, but the majority of small common garden house moths are usually smaller than the big colourful butterflies that you see, depending on what version they might be. So that could be a possibility in the future, just moths running around, and that we get some sort of shield and spear from them. And that's pretty much it. Just obviously a little bit of a, I guess, answer to blowback. Some people don't like it when I do these types of videos, leaking or showing stuff off. And I've got to say, I imagine the grounded devs aren't exactly that keen on this either. So apologies to them, but it is a bit of a cutthroat world on YouTube. And if we've got the opportunity to show and talk about future stuff, well, ultimately that does generate hype and news and views. So that's why we're going to carry on doing it until you guys maybe learn not to put stuff in the game files that others can access, albeit with mods. I do love the grounded devs. They've had me twice on their development stream, taking some fun, having a look at stuff. I think they're a really solid group of hard-working devs at such a small team and doing such a good job, much like the Valheim devs. But yeah, I have to go ahead and kind of do these types of videos, otherwise everyone else will, and I'll kind of be left behind. But yeah, I know other people don't like spoilers, so I do try, if I share these videos across Discord, in the ground Discord, I always put spoilers across. It'll only be in my Discord that you'll never get that kind of stuff. And maybe on social media I could probably do a bit better, but I don't think many of you follow me on Twitter, to be honest. And of course, none of this is guaranteed. They may scrap, they may change. There's so much that I leaked in the first early days of Grounded, and it ended up not actually being true. Or they just decided to get rid of them ideas, or they never went ahead with some of the stuff. It's a bit of a hit and miss game. So don't take anything you see here as absolutely guaranteed. And sadly, there's no real update about when any of this stuff is going to be added. But I do think this generates a little bit of excitement, especially for Grounded fans that love the updates but are always keen to see more. This hopefully keeps them as interested, or gets them even more interested in the future of Grounded 2. If you don't, let me know in the comment section what you like, whether or not it's leaks, whether or not it's previews or spoilers, or if you don't like them, let me know. And as always, any other Grounded news, I'll be one of the first to tell you guys all about it on my second channel, JadeCraft. Until next time, rat bags, laters.